There's more evidence today that the left is turning against The View, and it may be coming from institutions who say, we're going in a very new direction. But folks, what if we told you that the change at The View might be because Disney needs to get a deal done with the NFL? And if you say, well, Pro, I have no idea how those dots could possibly be connected, this is the video for you. Happy day. Welcome back, folks. We're so happy you're here on the Pro Channel, where we are making our way towards 200K. And when we hit that subscriber number, we've got changes coming to the channel. Folks, we'll have done it in less than 3 years. And why? Because of you. That's right, like they used to say on Reading Rainbow and all those other PBS shows, it's because of viewers like you. But we're not asking for money. No, we just need you to click that like button. That's all. Let's dive into how The View might be getting major changes, and it all has to do with ESPN and the NFL. And no, we're serious. For reals. And after this video, you can tell your friends why the ladies of The View are about to squeal. All right, even the left is now turning against The View during their extended hiatus. Charlemagne the God, as he calls himself, we would not. Charlemagne, who is not even a demi, slams The View for not featuring any conservative guests. Jonas, that goes down in the Hall of Fame for getting a rhyme.
I mean, that was pretty good. Although I'm not going to call him that. I'll call him Charlemagne. But I
said he's not even a demi, then rhymed it with any. Anyway, folks,
it was really clever.
Thank you,
man. Sacrilege.
Sacrilege. That's right. Josh Q. Nelson from Fox News has this one, and it is hosted by the New York Post. It says the Breakfast Club host Charlemagne said about The View on Monday he's not happy about it having a lack of conservative voices on the show. Says, thank you, Lara Trump, or Lara. She calls herself Lara. Thank you, Lara Trump, for having me on My View, which is her show called My View. I enjoyed the conversation. I think it's ridiculous. This is Charlemagne again saying, I think it's ridiculous that The View has had 102 left-leaning guests and 0 conservatives, Charlemagne said on The Breakfast Club on Monday after appearing on Fox News' My View with Lara Trump on Saturday. That is ridiculous to have a platform and only talk to people that you agree with. That makes no sense whatsoever to me. He said of the liberal ABC daytime talk show, which features Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and more among the hosts. Now, why is this newsworthy? And let me explain what's going on here. We've talked about priming the narrative before and what the mainstream does, how the legacy media works. One of the ways that they work is they have their peeps. Their peeps let you know what it is that is now okay to say. They'll do it through the Hollywood trades. They'll also do it through certain political personalities. Charlemagne right now is seen as somebody on the left who has cachet with the viewers of the left. And what he's saying right now is it's okay during the hiatus to criticize The View. You can do it. It's okay. And then that's getting projected. Websites and articles are talking about it. Okay? Now, how do we know that it's starting to look very badly for The View as it was constituted, beyond the fact that Charlemagne is a platform now saying The View can be criticized. This is a problem. Therefore, we need to change it. Therefore, it's okay, Disney, go ahead and change it. How do we know that The View's in trouble? Because now we're starting to get fear from those who want it to stay exactly as it is. Out of the New York Daily News, Rosie O'Donnell fears The View will be canceled for liberal bias. Of course, Rosie was a part of the transformation of The View into what it is today. And they'll say to you that it's the #1 daytime talk show on a network in terms of ratings. They won't tell you that that's about 2 shows in total that are competing for that title, and that The Price is Right, a show that's all about Plinko, beats this thing into the dirt every day with something like 2 to 3 times the ratings. But Rosie O'Donnell, who I think is hiding in a bunker somewhere in Ireland probably, she wants you to know that she's worried. So you've got the 2 sides. You've got the 2 camps now putting out the statements, right? You've got the guy who is encouraged by the institutional left to say these things, slamming The View and saying, we need to have all sides on these kinds of things. And then you've got Rosie saying that she's afraid. And remember, Rosie's been cast away. She's no longer part of the institution. She's not a mouthpiece for the powers that be. She's an individual now, right? She went too crazy and she got kicked out of the club. Charlemagne's in the club. Charlemagne says it's okay to say there's a problem with The View. Why do you do that? You do it so that you can prime the lefties, the wokies, to know that something's going to change. Panel, I think we're seeing more indication after indication that when The View returns, and maybe not right away because that might look bad, but I think by October, you're going to see big changes to The View. And I've got one more thing to add to this. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, there's a hook here that almost nobody knows about why The View may have to alter the way that it does things. Guys, do you realize that Disney has not yet closed the deal on the NFL situation? Did you know that ESPN is working very hard to get the win with the NFL network? And did you know that somebody has to approve them getting that contract finished that is worth buckets of money to have ESPN and the NFL connected together? That deal has not been signed yet. And it has to be signed in the coming years. Before it can be signed, Jonas, who has to approve it?
That would be the Department of Justice. And would that mean right now, and who knows by the time, Pan Bondi?
And possibly the SEC as well. And you're probably going to see some of these other companies that want to host their own stuff for the NFL and see this as a threat. You might see them litigate on it. So who does Disney have to play very nice with for the next 2 years? The Orange Man. Now, the Trump administration has major leverage over Disney. This might also be the reason why Bob Iger stopped by the White House months ago. Maybe it wasn't about Abu Dhabi after all. Maybe they're trying to play nice with the Trumpster so that they can get themselves out of the financial dumpster they've been in and finish off this NFL ESPN deal. But I think it's going to have an impact on ABC News, which, by the way, is the parent company or subsidiary of The View. How's that, guys? How's that for a hook that nobody's talking about? The NFL might force a change at The View.
That would be hilarious to have that mansplained to them.
I see what you did there. All right, Vash, are we scoring a touchdown with this topic, or are we punting? What do you think? Do we have this in the running for success in terms of bringing the truth to the people?
Well, I think you're definitely at least gaining some yardage here. That's for sure. You gotta matriculate down the field. That's a bell reference right there. Deep cut. Anyway, no, I think this is really, really interesting. I mean, look at the extraordinary lengths that Paramount has gone in order to placate the Trumpster with what is going on there in that Skydance deal, right? We now have a previous Disney board member, Safra Catz, being added to, I guess, Paramount Global when it is actually incorporated as part of Skydance and all of that. And Safra Catz, at least historically, she wasn't all about the woke from at least internal reports that we've heard. When we look at something like this, I mean, I would say that Disney has done a couple of things in order to placate the Trump administration, but not a ton. Now it's like, hey, look, listen, if we're going to approve this deal, we have to really look at your networks, and hey, maybe The View loses its branding as a news network or a news television program and so forth. And maybe there's some rights changes there. Maybe something happens, and for Disney, it would be a good justification to cancel it. They could just blame Orange Man Bad on it, and I guess it's working out for Paramount at least well enough. But Culture, I know you you want to get jumping in this topic.
Yeah, and I want to toss Culture a particular angle here. Culture, you and I and Ron Coleman have talked before. Ron Coleman, of course, is the legal rep for the channel, and also reps some people who are far bigger than we are. But Ron Coleman will often talk about the principles of the thing, and I know that there are people out there concerned, like, why would the View and ABC News have any impact on whether or not the Orange administration allows Disney to sign the deal with the NFL? Like, why would those two things cross paths? And my answer to that is, well, from a principled standpoint, they probably shouldn't. But from a practical, here's how the sausage is made standpoint, we both know that's going to be a part of this, probably.
Well, it has to be. I mean, in all honesty, you still have a lot of people that pay attention to what these, blathering idiots say on the regular. And what is troubling, I think, more than anything else is that you have people that are voting out there that are being misinformed daily. And I think the administration probably looks at it as, essentially counter programming to everything that they have to say, rather than actual accurate information. They constantly have to be corrected legally. They are a hazard. That the hazard is believing anything that they have to say. So you're going to have the administration want to weigh in on the fact that they always have this adversary that's incredibly misinformed and willing to misinform. And that's not what news is supposed to do. So because they are characterized as a news organization, as you made very plain.
And that's so they can get their little ratings headlines to say #1 news daytime talk show on Network 2. What a silly reason to get this. I mean, and now that The View is labeled as news, all the stuff that comes along with that, and all to get that silly little bragging right.
Well, and you're also misinforming people as well, because one of these people tries to pretend to have been a conservative, and they're clearly not. Everything they say.
Anna Navarro was supposed to be Republican, and then Alyssa Farah Griffin.
Griffin, yeah, and I mean
she's Griffin, all right.
Well, she's definitely Griffin, but she may be trying to straddle the line a little bit more effectively than Anna. Anna's just a terrible person. Her perspectives, are way off base. If they even tried to pretend to bring somebody in that was in the center, that would be, wonderful. But I think they lost the majority of their credibility or the willingness for the regular humans to accept that this might even be related to news when they lost Barbara. So outside of this, I can just say that, there is nothing to this show that would present as balanced. There's not a lot here that presents as news because everybody's giving an opinion, and they want to stretch that so far as, we get regular readings by the person that pretends to still be an attorney, of legal notices. And I have a feeling that if anything, the decision-making process, if they want to keep this show around in the future and try to make all these other goals become accomplished, they're going to have to, basically equip a person full-time to fact-check them constantly.
Yep. Well, it's a funny thing to me. I never thought that the NFL would be the thing that shut down The View. And folks, I'm not saying that it'll be shut down like it's going off the air. I'm just saying if Disney wants to get this deal done, and boy, do they ever have to get this deal done. I mean, investors will be in a revolt if after the Fubo deal, and we won't go into details of that, but after the Fubo deal fell apart, if the NFL deal falls apart, that's a problem. So Disney's got to close that deal over the next 2 years. So, and they got to make nice with the Orange Man to do it. And what does the President Trump administration detest more than just about anything else at Disney? The View. Oh my, there's where we are, folks. There's where we are. And you know it now because we're here to keep you ahead of the culture curve and unwind what's really going on in the halls of Hollyweird. Helping Hollywood produce a product that you want to consume. That's what we do each and every day, folks. And this time, it's time to, say goodbye. We know, but don't cry. No, for we will have more videos on the way. We love to bring those videos and that information. And by the way, if you'd like even more, consider going to the Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. It's where we put out stuff exclusively there that we simply can't put out in other places for whatever reason, be it because it's too spicy or because, perhaps we're working to corroborate it. But you can find out things early and first over there. Folks, we surely have had a great time spending time with you. Consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment right on down below. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona.
Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.
3 days of you and me.